Here's a question for you. And this is a question that you can have in all areas of your life. Today, we're really talking about business, but how can you love yourself more today? When I talk about my morning journal time, my morning mindset time, when I walk through the results formula, I'm a cognitive behaviorist. I'm a cognitive behavioral coach, if you will, with my clients. As a success coach, a life coach, a business coach, I really help them think about what the situation is. What are your thoughts about it? How do you create intentional thoughts about the result that you want to create so that you have that feeling that causes your behavior to move forward toward achievement of that result or goal? So how can you love yourself more today by actually sitting down and taking time to think these things through? Where do you say yes when you want to say no? Where do you say no when you want to say yes? There's no badge of honor working all the time in the evening or all weekend. And of course, there's times that you're going to do that. That's just part of owning your own business, right? But how can I love myself more inside my business today? How can I love myself more around my time? So frequently, we conflate business success with hard work and working all the time. I want to offer to you that when you learn the skill of doing the correct work the right way, instead of doing all the work, all this work the right way, but it's the wrong work. What does that look like for you with time today? And how do you handle if you have a day where you haven't been taking care of yourself, when you have overdone it, when you have compromised yourself? What's that negative talk inside your own head, right? That negative talk not only hurts you, it impacts your business. It impacts your relationships. And sometimes the truth is those negative thoughts get so habituated. That's when you stand back and you're like, holy shit, what did I create? It's not what I wanted. I want to offer that, this is something that's you can transform. This is something that you can change. You can change how you're showing up. You can change what you're thinking. You can evolve into this future self of this person, this woman that you see that doesn't have to have negative talk all the time, or you can quickly move out of it. When you're doubting yourself, when you're holding yourself back through this negative talk, when you're sabotaging opportunities, we know that's not self-love. We would never, ever talk to other people like we talk to ourselves. We would never talk to our children like we talk to ourselves. And we have to remember that our negative self-talk creates that funk feeling inside, right? It feels bad. And when we feel bad, we're not doing the work that leads to true business success. Right? In fact, it's like overworking, workaholic, burnout, that hustle energy. And sometimes, look, I like a little hustle energy. I like the grind. I like to be in machine mode. That's what I call it. I love those moments. That's to me like that flow, like doing it, like I'm on fire. I'm like loving life. That's different than, oh my God, I got to do this. Or I'm looking at my calendar. I can't stand who's showing up. I've created a business like that before, and it's shitty. Being bold enough to lead a life on commons means, as you know, I've said this so many times, that you're the leader of your life. And leaders, we are thoughtful and we are compassionate and we are committed to the bigger picture and the results. Are you committed to your bigger picture and results? Are you firm with yourself with loving compassion? In the last episode, we talked about the yes and. So I'm going to play with that a little bit today. Today, I'm going to ask you, how can you say, yes, I love myself and I can accomplish big things without burnout? How can I say, yes, my rate is going up and my clients love to pay me? Even say that. Say it out loud. Say it right now with me. Ready? Yes, my rate's going up and my clients love to pay me. Yes, I love myself and I can do hard things. Because you know what? When you're up leveling, when you're next leveling yourself, when you're striving to be in the uncommon space of the few who choose it, At first, it's hard. Sometimes business is hard. It's only easier after you've worked through a lot of the mindset drama. And then that hard thing now becomes a thing that you know how to do. And therefore, it is easy. Let me say that again. There's a lot of things that are hard work. So this isn't about shirking hard work and making it all easy. The truth of the matter is when you're doing something new, it probably feels hard until it doesn't, until you've mastered it, until you've gotten better at it and it gets easier and easier. Yes, I do new things and I'm a woman who follows through. Yes, I set my schedule and I get what needs to be done. Remember that saying that it's the Pareto principle. Your work expands to the time allotted. You know, one of the things that I work on around time management, right? It's not just time management. It's really mind management. It's doing the right things right. Not all the things right, because all the things aren't needed, by the way. So yes, I set my schedule. And do you hold to that schedule? Look, I have a business out of my house. So it's really easy for me just to walk right into my office. And I have had to work at, and it was hard, work at being committed to making sure that I don't come back in here on the weekend. I'm not saying I never do, but the majority of time I never work on the weekend. The majority of time I work 3 days a week. In the summer, I like to work 4 mornings a week, and then I'm done for the afternoon. So I've learned my hard work and not compromising is focused on doing the right things right. That's self-love to me, because you know what I don't like? I don't know about you, but when I'm hustling and I'm missing out and I feel exhausted and I feel burnt out and I miss out on being a hands-on mama, or I miss out on like going to the lake or going kayaking or doing things, frankly, that would cause me to look back on life and feel like I missed out. That is hell for me. That's regret. You know, I used to have my brand called The Regret Proof Life, and I realized that we just focus so much on regret, when in reality, I want you instead to lead a life uncommon. And part of leading a life uncommon, I believe so strongly, is doing the things that don't cause us to regret. There were so many times, you guys, that I worked, and I felt terrible that I missed out. Although I was a hands-on mama and I was a school mom for, all the way from pre-K up until River hit middle school, there were times that I missed out. And it's not that there are times that you don't. Of course, there's going to be times, and when you're building a business, that you might miss some things. Here's the thing. This concept of loving myself enough to incorporate that construct in my mind equals business success would have allowed me back then to not compromise my schedule, to not over deliver, and to not burn out. And it would have allowed me to really redefine what hard work looks like. And it would allow me to get to the point where, like, there's plenty of shit I just don't do anymore. I don't need to do them. Actually, they're not even a requirement inside my business. This is one of the things I talk about really a lot with clients. And we dig very deep into that in the 5% Club Mastermind. This concept, the MADE formula. Like, I know everything's formula, the results formula, the fear breakthrough formula. It's like, because I want you to think about it is a specific protocol or process or formula. And it really starts looking at what is not needed. Because you doing those things that are not needed in your business is not an act of self-love.